Championship final. Would you please welcome our athletes for the A final, women's 400 freestyle.
Well, we will see Elizabeth Beisel tomorrow night in the 400 IM. Right now, it's the women's 400 freestyle. And there is the American Allison Schmidt, the silver medalist in this race from the London Olympic Games last year, where she also set the American record. She'll be in lane number 4 here this evening in Santa Clara.
Also the Olympic gold medalist in the 200 freestyle. She just missed winning that gold, by the way, in the 400 by 32/100ths of a second. What a great race it was.
Andrea Taylor out of nearby Stanford is in lane number 1. She's next to Barbara Jardin, the 21-year-old from Montreal. Then Maya Dorado, also from Stanford. Hails from Santa Rosa, California, 20 years of age in lane 3, and then Allison Schmidt in lane number 4. Third best time in the prelims earlier today. Chelsea Cheneau, the 18-year-old from Walnut Creek, California, in the East Bay up the road from here. She's in lane 5 as the top qualifier for the women's 400 free. Shannon Vreeland, an Olympic gold medalist, in lane 6 in the 4x200 free relay last year in London. Jillian Ryan is just 17 years of age from Pennsylvania, 4th in the 400 free at the Olympic trials last year. Alexa Komarnicki, 23 years of age from Canada, coming south of the border here to Santa Clara tonight. Then Sierra Runge, the 17-year-old out of Michael Phelps North Baltimore Aquatic Club, rounds out the field in lane number 9 for the women's 400 free.
There's Schmitty, her friends call her, and another swimmer like Ryan Lochte, Elizabeth Beisel, or even Connor Dwyer that doesn't swim especially fast in season. She's very good, a tapered swimmer. So you might not see too much out of her here. I still expect her to win this race, but there are some other very, very good swimmers in here. As you mentioned, Vreeland, a gold medalist, heavy trainer with Bob Bowman in the summer. So it's very tough in the season with Jack Barley at Georgia, and you know they get after it here in the summer. And Chelsea Cheneau, and the top qualifier, you mentioned her right there in lane number 5, Steve, made the Olympic trial way back in 08 when she was 13. Now she's an adult at 18, swam at the trials last summer, just missed making the Olympic team. In the 200 freestyle, she was 8th in that. Very good freestyler.
Well, it's one of the most versatile, one of the deepest, one of the broadest fields of any of the Grand Prix in terms of medals won, age from 30 plus down to the teenagers, international field, probably the most countries that we've seen in any of the Grand Prix here in Santa Clara this weekend.
Yeah, we saw Anthony Irvin earlier, just turned 32 a couple weeks ago. And then all the way down to this youngster here in lane number 5, still only 18. You see Cheneau swimming neck and neck there with Schmidt in lane 4. Now Schmidt is a bit unusual in her swimming and her strategy. Sometimes she takes it out very fast. Sometimes she swims a good back half swim. Certainly at the Olympic Games, she just tore out up there in that 200 freestyle, Steve. She took it out like a bandit, held on for the gold medal.
What usually dictates that sort of strategy, Rowdy?
I think it's a lot of it has to do with the way you're feeling the day of the race. I don't think it's something that you can just say 2 months out, I'm going to take it out fast on this 400 a month out. I think it's something that you need to talk to your coach at and see how you're feeling in the race. And certainly she has taken the strategy now to try to think about swimming a back half if she can. Again, you know, Allison Schmidt is not especially sharp in season. We're still a month away, and you think, well, a month's not that long. Believe me, it's a lifetime when you're talking about taper. Taper is just huge in a swimmer's language, and this is something that she'll be able to come down off of this hard training and swim very well when we get to Indy.
A pretty close race at this particular point. Nobody going out too hard. Some measured efforts here as we cross over the midway point.
Dorado up there in lane number 3, swimming very well. As you mentioned from Stanford, she's a very good IMer. Again, just missing the Olympic team last summer. She was 4th in both the 200 and the 400 IM. More known as an IMer. You know, they're all kind of chasing Katie Ledecky from the United States, at least the Americans are. 4:05.2, she set that standard in Mesa, Steve. Really fast swim. That's the 3rd fastest in the world this year. 4:03.5 is the fastest by Bronte Barrett from Australia. But right now, boy, you've got 4 swimmers right there together with 100 meters left to go. And now Schmidt's starting to make her move just a little bit. Great turn there by Schmidt. And she actually goes by Dorado, or at least pulls even with her.
And Dorado had the lead at the turn, but a terrific turn by Allison Schmidt as she starts to make her charge here.
And this is where the 2-time Olympian and her experience will certainly help her this last 100 meters. She's the only one that has that Olympic experience, except for lane 6, and that is Shannon Freeland. And you can see her coming off that wall just very good, but Dorado's not giving anything. And then down there in lane number 8 is Komarnicki from Canada.
Well, it was Dorado still with the lead at the turn by a small margin. Schmidt really challenging her neck and neck as they come down the stretch here in the women's 400 free.
And Schmidt just breathed to her right, and I think she saw a quick view of Komarnicki, but Dorado's come back on her now.
And now Schmidt looking to pass her in the final meters as they hit the wall here, and it is going to be actually Jillian Ryan in lane number 7 who sneaks in there, bottom of the pool. And she ekes out the win.
Wow. Well, you know, that's her teammate. Jillian is teammates with Schmidt at North Baltimore. We didn't even mention her because she really did that the last 10 meters. Again, it wasn't that fast of a time. 4:11.9 is actually pretty pedestrian time-wise, but you see Jillian Ryan right there. Is she in it at all, Steve, right there?
Not there in lane 7, no.
No, I mean, she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think she's 6th. She's 6th there at the 350. But what she did that last 50, and we were all keeping our eyes on Dorado and Schmitty and Komarnicki. Well, guess who came in there and snuck away with it? Jillian Ryan. And talk about age, again, 17 years old. And there she is with that great finish at the end, that great lunge. That's the big thing. You've got to focus on that last 5 yards.
And our winner, Jillian Ryan, now joining us. Jillian, explain that last 50 and how you were able to take that victory.
Oh, I was really just trying to catch as many people as I could. I wanted to make sure I put it all into the race and see what came out at the end.
Did you realize where you were at the 350?
No, not at all. All I could see was a person in lane 8, and I didn't want to get out touched. So.
Well, was there, Jillian, was there a signature moment? Because we were calling the race and we didn't even mention your name at all, because all of a sudden this last 5 yards, that had to be the signature moment for you, that last 5 meters or so.
Absolutely.
You had to feel good about that. What does that do for your confidence heading into the trials now?
Oh, I'm really thrilled. I'm really excited to swim at trials. You know, trials is going to be a completely different ball game, but I think we're all going to get it in and swim, you know, really fast races, and that's all I hope to be able to do.
Well, that was a good one there. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
She was 4th in the 400 free at Olympic trials last summer, and the 17-year-old wins the 400 free this afternoon here in Santa Clara, California.